This is called good content.
So just so you know, when we hop back into the Twitch, we have another person from my TikTok, Rainbow Jazz Hands, just so make sure to shout them out.
We just did because we're back live because that was like 10 seconds and then we were live. And
hey Ken, what's your house apocalypse?
So it was live.
I don't remember. We went over all of this last week.
Remember?
I don't remember.
I know in detail, despite being aggressively gay.
Ken Howl, Daniel Holker, Drizzle, Andrea Elliott-Johnson, and JazziCabbage. All the score this week is by all lowercase letters and Mr.
All lowercase letters.
None of this is possible without our Patreon. /DreadLore, Tim Roberts, Daniel Holker, Nostalgic, and Natalia Cline, as well as production by Couchfire Media and Trois Productions.
Whoever they are.
They wrote the book. They tell the stories. Subscribe today, Soldier, and you too.
Also, shout out to Micah Bell for coming over from the TikTok live.
And
K3D.
And our
3D
future that we live in.
Hell yeah!
Subscribe and become a citizen, Soldier.
You better.
I'm a citizen, Soldier.
We're playing DreadLore into space. So I'm eating a chocolate-covered frog.
Piece of book.
From Harry Potter. I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna happen. You reprobate.
J.K. Rowling is still a turf, but you know.
Well, fair. But
how many Generation Xers, were like, oh, Harry Potter, let's go for it.
I'm not Gen X.
No.
So of you all, what are your Hogwarts houses? Chat 2, what are your Hogwarts houses? Go. Do it.
I'm a Slytherin. I'm a Slytherin.
Ravenclaw.
Jazzy. Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw.
Holker.
I was about...
I read the Almanac as a kid. What do you expect me to know about Harry Potter?
So I'm gonna ask Max and Jazzy what you think they are. Okay? What is Holker?
Holker?
Yep.
Hufflepuff.
I was gonna say that. To be fair, though, you kind of have a hidden Slytherin streak, though.
What about, Andrea?
Wait, are you asking me or are you asking them to guess?
What do you think?
I thought you said Slytherin because you read Slytherin anyway.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
What do you think you are?
I'm a Slytherin. Yeah, I know that.
Okay, there we go. Boom.
Yeah.
See?
Facts.
Drizzle.
Drizzle? Ravenclaw.
Drizzle, do you have an opinion on this?
I don't remember. I think I was a Jigglypuff. Is what I
Ken. Ken. What are you?
Mort? Is Mort one of them?
No.
I mean, death. I mean, lots of people die, so.
Not all. Yeah. What is Ken?
Guys? I honestly don't remember. I think you told me, and I was like, okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do you think? Boom.
Slytherin.
So I was thinking that Ken was Hufflepuff, that Holker was Ravenclaw, Andrea was not here. I would say definitely Slytherin. Although I think Andrea portends to be Slytherin, but is actually Ravenclaw.
Ooh.
She
I mean,
doesn't
I don't like
it.
knowledge for the sake of knowledge.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. I mean, I think
No, you
I like
like
things.
the idea of being ambitious.
I mean, I guess that's probably not wrong. I suppose.
No, you can disagree with me. It's fine. You can
No,
tell
I
me
mean,
I'm
that's
full of
fair.
shit.
I'm not the most competitive. I view power as a means of assisting people in the best way possible.
It's true though. You do. There's a whole side of you that I don't see. Like there's the whole airsoft side
Oh yeah.
with
That's
like the
true.
fucking
Yeah.
ghillie suit and the weapons and shit that I don't have any idea about. So there's
The
perhaps a
Dreamcast side.
Slytherin. It's interesting that nobody's Gryffindor. So I'm Slytherin. Here's the thing.
Gryffindors are low-key jocks. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say.
That's
I don't.
Nate in 3D said that they are Hufflepuff, and new Micah Bell said Slytherin and Ravenclaw is who they are. So thanks for
I would agree with that.
following.
Yeah, Micah Bell, thank you so much for hitting up the chat and hanging.
Oh yeah.
So, correct me
Thanks for
where
having
I am
me.
wrong, you two who are of my ilk. Slytherin, what does it mean to be Slytherin?
Ambitious regardless of the consequences to others.
Okay. Ravenclaw?
Pursuing knowledge for the sake of knowledge.
Hufflepuff?
Doing what is kind.
And Gryffindor.
Doing what is brave.
So, the fan theory that I was told by my ex is this. Gryffindor are kind of nothing, you just have to choose it.
Yeah.
So, you're a Ravenclaw, you choose to be Gryffindor. You're a Hufflepuff, you're a Slytherin, you choose to be Gryffindor. So the idea is that you are these other things. To be Gryffindor, because they're the heroes, you have to choose it.
Mm.
You gotta have like the ego to be Gryffindor. Or something. So I took the Pottermore test with the co-creator of DreadLore, who I'm not friends with anymore. And they got Gryffindor, and I got Gryffindor. And I was like, fuck that. So I took it again, cheated, and got Slytherin.
That's what we're
Okay,
doing here.
so hold on, wait, because I feel called out because that is exactly what I did.
Exactly what you did. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is there's a point where you're like, you know what? But I chose to be Slytherin. Okay. So
I
the
chose
whole
to be an asshole.
right. The whole reason I have we're talking about this because of this chocolate covered frog, which my special lady friend got me, and now I'm going to
Oh,
try.
You're gonna
I'm
murder
trying to
it?
eat it. I'm trying to eat it.
Murder kill.
Trying to eat
Before you
it.
has to
Trying to mukbang is what you're doing. You're
I'm trying to mukbang. It's so hard. It's like
heavy on the bang.
with a lot of bang. Bang muck.
not be crushed. I need
you
a
can't crush that shit.
It's a
Yeah.
Gryffindor. It has all that
I think you're
bravery.
supposed to like bite into it.
No, it's really hard. I've got old
Hey, you
age.
took the brain away.
You should take a towel,
you
wrap it
have
around
it.
and hit it with a hammer.
That's a good idea. Hold on. Let me find it. I don't have a towel. I do have a piece of
Oh, well, a napkin is not a towel.
a napkin. I have napkin. Well, I mean, I guess the towel is to like hold in
It's a
the
wish
kinetic
home
energy.
towel.
Yeah, the towel is so it doesn't rip, doesn't make a big mess.
Well, son of a bitch. I
Which
don't
you
know
have
how to
already
do this.
done.
No.
With your
right.
mind. Sorry, what?
You know, I think the problem with the Harry Potter houses is the fact that we only ever see the people who are extremists of those houses, right?
Ooh.
Like we never see like the normal people who are part of those houses for like, you know, because you know there's a guy who really likes books and he really likes not like he likes the idea of learning things, right? But you see like you always tend to see like the people who come up in the Harry Potter movies tend to be the extremists of all the houses. So like you have.
I mean, it's
you
that's
have,
White Lady
you know,
wrote the book, so I'm not surprised.
well,
that...
true.
Everybody's gender normal. Expect it. Expect it.
Dumbledore isn't.
I see.
Dumbledore was gay after the fact because she felt like she needed to be queer inclusive. So she was like, "Oh, he was gay."
Retroactively gay,
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
rather than proactively gay.
All right, back into space.
Into space, where everybody's a little
Into
bit gay.
gay.
Everybody's a little bit gay and into space.
Yeah, but
So, listen, your space marines forever in crowds. They
Yeah. No.
Wait, I have to
this
say
is
one more
not
thing. Speaking of gay, our tax lady is a butch lesbian, and we are 99.9% sure that she thinks, like, she's clocked us as queer, but I don't think that she knows that we know, so she thinks we're a beard.
Oh my god, it hurt.
it was really funny.
Oh.
She was like,
What?
did you always have that haircut, or was it just like after you met them?
So if you're interested in this conversation style and this kind of commentary, please check us out on Thursdays when we do our Geeky Gamer podcast, where we talk about just about anything, science fiction, space stuff,
Hell yeah.
all
Your
of
mom.
this and all of that. No holds barred.
No holds
but-
barred.
No holds.
Thursday,
No marks
Thursday,
out.
So
Thursday.
cold.
Yeah, the Geeky Gamer podcast. But
Plexi.
tonight we're going to continue being Space Marines.
Yeah, we're
God,
gonna
I
be-
feel like I just knocked myself
We're-
out on that chocolate.
we are post topics
Modernist.
into space.
Silas, as you're going, so we'll drop into the dread at this point. The dread being the place
Okay.
where you can actually succeed. You can also fail. Ergo, you have to bid traits to change the narrative how you want. As you're looking around, however you want to describe doing it, you see this relatively flat desert. You know, there's some elevation here and there. You guys will go down in some bowls and stuff. Think of the kind of desert you've seen in pictures or perhaps experienced. Painted desert, not sandy. We're talking rocky deserts where the ground is cracked. The reticulation is beautiful and such. It is very metallic soil. So there will be, like when you put oil in water and you see the rainbow color that expands, there's that sort of like greasy, metallic look to everything. Very little water. High oxygen. However you want to imagine that. Perhaps the anything that burns brighter, more explosive. Silas, you're looking around, you see these hulks of twisted metal in the distance. Some are very, very far away. Perhaps you're looking through your sniper rifle scope. Maybe just with a naked eye. They're all brown, dark umber. Not military grade umber. The metal looks weird. And it's here and there dotted. It's not all over the place. There was a battle here. Surely you see some craters off in the distance. But this is not the thick of it. As Dolby, you see on the little triptych that Wilhelm is feeding you on the sensors, which you hope is real or accurate. You guys are around, at this point, 400 miles away. You've been traveling for... how fast can this tank go? A little less than an hour. You're going around 70, 80 miles an hour right now. So you're kind of hauling ass. You're all sitting on top of the tank. You got these little blast shields in front of you. The wind is whistling by. You're all in full gear with your helms on. So as you're holding on, remember or imagine being in a car, but outside with a little bit of a windshield up.
Convertible.
Yeah, like a convertible. Actions on you guys. Every so often, outcropping of mountains, but pretty much you're in a bit of a valley.
So I don't see any hazards moving forward, but that doesn't necessarily mean there aren't any. So that doesn't mean haul all ass, in case that wasn't clear.
I would like to bid warrior to see if I see any signs of life throughout the desert in front of us.
Signs of life?
Yeah, signs
Bidding.
of life, like people trying to scavenge and to,
I see. I see.
You know, see if I can pick up any patterns of where people might be congregated, like a little skirmish group, or you know, a scavenger or something.
Like
Yeah.
rebels and stuff?
Yeah, rebels. Maybe.
Little cloaked figures taking parts off.
Katrina, well, you'll actually, if anybody's looking, happens to be looking at Katrina, you'll see her reach in a pouch on her side and pull out a little sort of boxy-looking thing, which will then unfold into a drone that she launches up into the air.
Dolby, as you're looking around, you don't see anyone out here. With the naked eye, you know, looking about at these hulks that Silas has pointed out, there's no one out in the open. However, with your bid, if there's some sort of skirmish, if it was a civil war of sorts, either it was put down, which is possible, there's only 20,000 people, but you know how difficult it is to put down a resistance like that. Likely in one of these recesses, you can figure out if you go off course and go away from directly toward the settlement, you can pretty much put together where you would put where you would hide and maybe make a settlement. So if you want to do that, you have the knowledge to figure it out.
Can I relay those coordinates to Wilhelm?
Oh yeah.
Or those ideas?
So what do you tell him to do? As you see Katrina let loose this drone as
I think there's a little valley just off in the distance there. It's pretty nondescript, kind of hidden away. Can you steer us closer towards that area? And then, I don't know, I point, I put the coordinates in. I take out my little monocle spyglass and I like check to see where that is via the longitude and latitude. I consult Burgess. What is that longitude again thing? What is that over there?
The drone?
No, the drone. Like, will you double check my telemetry?
Cherokee Sioux redeemed hydrate. So
That
oh shit, Cherokee Sioux.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Burgess, are you going to bid something to check Dolby's telemetry?
I am going to bid. I'm going to bid just out of basic training. Yeah. So as dim of a bulb as Burgess is overall, aside from the cryo sleep, he's still pretty fresh from basic training, so he might be able to remember it.
As you use your HUD and perhaps even a compass on your wrist or something, or like on the back of your knife, whatever it is, to check the telemetry, and you see that where Dolby points is where he points. You will know, you have a much better idea of where you are on the moon. A more accurate location of where you are. I don't know if
Dolby.
you guys... Go on.
Lieutenant Dolby, we are in a pristine mountain valley carved by glacial action in the recent geologic past. To your north, you will see a small sill. Without knowing the geologic history of this planet, I am unable to tell you which periods they are from.
Geological?
Nate gave Jazzy a pip.
Ooh, thanks for the hit.
I don't know if you guys have been in the West or in the desert, but it goes on. It stretches on forever. There is nothing.
Nope.
It is flatter than your mama. It is ridiculous. It goes on forever. Of boring, continuing on. But since this is a fantasy game, of course you're going to run into something. You look off to the east where Dolby pointed, I believe. There's
scientists know.
There's two geological fixtures. They're mountains built up. Dolby, you realize if you were a resistance fighter, we'll say, a rebel, perhaps you would be in those mountains, or mountains like that, as you guys turn that direction. Tearing ass away a little bit from Novus Terra colony.
Katrina, I'll bid medic to sort of parse through the data I'm getting from the drone as quickly as possible. So it's like it'll be a combination of visual and like sensor data. So Katrina is basically, you know, for the human brain, usually that'd be too much to try and process, but she's using her cybernetics to parse through the data in a way that anything that just anything that's suspicious, you know, would sort of pop up to her.
How high does your drone fly?
It probably wouldn't fly any higher than 100 feet in the air.
100 feet is not very much. As you fly your drone up and you look around, it's not high enough to get over the hills that are in the distance. You see that this valley sort of winds on. It almost looks like a extremely wide river that's dry, like a river basin, perhaps. Very wide, and it winds on. Actually, it reminds Katrina of Mars. As it winds around, you get the feeling that you're following a river basin, which will lead to likely a plateau, some sort of mesa, higher ground where the colony is. Because there, from your intel, there is precipitation here. It's just not much, and it's very infrequent.
Yeah.
With the oxygen in the air and the cobalt and such, their storms are probably particular.
Katrina, in that regard, given that is sort of, I mean, obviously it's not the same environment, but it's a similar kind of like geological pattern, you know, of a planet that maybe at one point, you know, had a decent amount of water but doesn't anymore. Would she have any insight in that regard as to where people might build hideouts in this kind of terrain?
Yeah. As you guys start turning towards the mountains, it dawns on Katrina that Dolby's probably right. Like, there are underground water wells. That's where you would find it. Like in cave systems and such. There is the question, why is there no water? It's not like it evaporated.
Would the information on this planet be public information, or would it be more not really? Okay.
Nope. No, actually, there's very little information on this planet. As you guys move on, we'll go into the montage. It'll take several hours, assuming you're continuing at speed. Dolby, are you asking to go any faster, or are you going at 70, 80 mile an hour?
I don't think we should push it. I think we should just keep our eyes peeled and see if there's any human sign.
4 or 5 hours later, you start reaching the mountains. Go on.
As we drive by the wreckages of the battles,
Indeed.
I want to bid front lines because I have been on all this stuff, and I want to see if I can garner any information about what kind of battle happened here.
So, I was going to say you were going to pass some of that stuff, and you bid as this happens. As you pop out of the montage into the Dread, you're passing by...
Oh, sorry.
No, that's great. That's great. You read my mind. You're passing by some wreckage. You're still pretty far out. 350, 400 miles from the actual colony. Pretty far out. And think of it like every 10, 15, 20 minutes, you see a crater. Or you see some wreckage. A piece of metal. That kind of thing. It's not all over the place. It's not like World War One. As Skip Trace, not Burgess. You guys are passing pretty quickly. 80 miles an hour, it's pretty fast. But you're able to kind of, since it's flat and you have time to see the thing come and go. It looks like APCs or what is that? Armored Personnel Carrier, I think is an APC. I learned it from Command and Conquer, so I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Anyway, you see like APCs, treads. It's all old, very old. In fact, all of the Marines, especially if Skip points things out. We'll say, Silas, you have an eye on things, so you see it. It's all very old stuff, like 200 years old. These vehicles, shanks of metal, pretty high yield explosives, so mortars and that kind of stuff. You'd have to actually sit down or like get down there and investigate to know what exactly. But it looks like a battle between like military grade weaponry, old but effective. Oh, I will give you this since you bid. You note the color of the metal. It is extremely rusted. Like falling apart rusted.
Well, the oxygen environment's high. It would be corroding faster.
You will get a narrative point.
Oh, okay.
As JazziCabbage, or as I should say, as Cherokee Sioux, whether you say it or not, you realize it's not that this is necessarily an ancient battle. Perhaps this happened
to be
more recent than it looks.
I'm just, because I'm a goof, just a big goofy guy. My thoughts just come out my mouth. So I probably just said it.
To say it.
The oxygen's high on this planet. Wouldn't it corrode things faster?
You get another narrative point from Kate in 3D, by the way.
Oh, I'm fucking rolling now, y'all. Look out.
Fuck yeah. Like, yeah.
You just start telling the story.
Now remember,
Yeah,
those
like,
narratives,
before long.
you guys can change the narrative as you see fit.
What if this was a mutiny, and not a previous, Marine people sent to kill him?
A
What if
mutiny
it was one of them?
of the mutiny, like the mutineers
Double mutiny?
The mutiny of the mutiny.
Like, I don't like. Why would they do that?
If I had an NPC present that you did not kick off the boat, then I would perhaps tell you. You sack of
However,
shit.
comma.
There are no NPCs on this.
There are no NPCs on this fucking boat.
Well,
It's all you guys, baby.
Technically, Wilhelm.
Well, Wilhelm is there,
That's true.
and I'm sure that we are relaying comms back to the. I would like to spend a narrative point saying that we're on an open channel with Josh and the crew, and so they're kind of listening in as we.
Absolutely. So cutscene to the bridge, and they are listening in, maybe getting a live feed from kind of like an alien. Your all's cameras. It has like little beat, the boom, 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 and your vitals and shit. Katrina, make a throwdown reaction roll. Be you using your drone to notice stuff. What were you saying, Drizzle?
Kate said mutinyception.
Oh shit.
Would that be like, would grace work, or would that just be pretty much wits or mind?
If you can rationalize it.
I would say it'd be grace, because Katrina's kind of multitasking. Like, she's doing I'm not really sure, because I guess race is more of a physical thing.
It's up to you, dude.
So I'll say it's wits, because I feel like it's really hard for me to rationalize this one.
I don't know. I use the drone, and it's like a toy. It's like a video game. So hand-eye coordination makes sense. There's pros and cons to both.
Yeah, I will say wits for this one.
Kate in 3D says you can rationalize anything with enough bourbon. Fair.
Fair enough.
And
Shoot, get back here.
that's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
Okay, so
Lord.
that is a total of 2 successes.
You notice, Katrina, as you guys are nearing the mountains, you'll be in the shadow of the mountains. By the way, the sunlight is such.
That's horseshit.
It's blue and sort of a the brown dwarf. Would it give off like a red, Holker?
brown dwarf?
Or just heat?
Yeah, if
was
it's
thinking
old enough,
infrared
it might
heat.
not give off much heat at all. But I know red dwarfs. It's very, very, very red. They're very bright in the. I think they're very bright in the infrared, but very dim in what we in our optical wavelengths.
If you guys have been to, what's a good example of this? So when you go to Laser Quest, it's kind of the opposite. You know, black lights. Granted, that's ultraviolet, but imagine it's dark. You can still see, but so it's low light, but there's some weird strain on your eyes. That's kind of what it's like being on this planet. Like, the truth is there's a lot of light. You just can't perceive it. Maybe through your HUDs you can. That's up to you guys to decide. Like, if you can kind of get like an infrared idea. The point is this. It's kind of always dusk here, even at noon.
Question:
Yes.
Is this planet, number one, if it's a moon of Terra Nova, is it tidally locked, and do we have a view of the planet?
Yes. So the planet doesn't move in your sky, and you always see it. So when you look up, you see a big ass Jupiter. What moves are the two suns. The brightest sun in the sky is blue. It's the blue giant. It's the blue star, but that's actually the furthest away. The closest star to you, it's actually giving you the heat that you need, is the brown dwarf. Okay. And it's through infrared mostly. You get into the shadow of this. Imagine a large cairn. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's a big mound. Think of like a burial mound. We'll say 300-400 feet tall. Big mound of earth. Big anthill is what it looks like. Gets cooler immediately in that shadow. As Katrina, you see through your drone flying up there like with like a little like a fluorescent or no neon lights. Looks all fucking cool. Just light enough to where you don't need a pilot's license. Anyway. You notice 2 dots. Think of UFO footage. 2 dots in the sky. Your drone sees in multi-spectrum, so it sees loads of different bands of light. The acuity is not great. You can't really tell what these dots are. But 2 flying dots in the distance. Probably a couple 100 miles away.
I will also say, Katrina, and if you want me to use like a tip for this too, I can. But Katrina would have been sending the data back to the ship as well, just so they could, keep their eyes on it.
I'll say that's worth a pip. With the pip, since you're changing the narrative, what do you gain from that?
I mean, the main reason Katrina would have done it is just to get another pair of eyes on the information, just in case there's something that she's not seen.
So tell me the narrative.
You mean like what happens as a result of it?
Yep. What do you get?
Let's say that in this particular instance, the other 2 on the ship are running. They see those lights as well, and they start running a recognition program on the ship to try and identify what they are.
As you get the feedback in your HUD, those are 2 of the ships. Those are 2. What are they called? They're not gnats. Scoots. You got gnats, which almost look like bullets. They're A-wings. That's what they are. They're fucking A-wings. Scoots are Battlestar Galactica style fighters. UT, wow, bourbon. You see 2 scoots. So they are fighter pilots.
Hey, Dolby, looks like we have a couple of bogeys in the distance.
Katrina, with that information, those scoots could be here easily in minutes, potentially seconds, depending on what they do. They can move extremely fast. Now, through this oxygen atmosphere, problem, but they can be here very fast.
Does it appear that they're changing direction, or do they seem like in a consistent direction?
It's a flight pattern. They are on lookout.
Okay.
Ergo, they're looking out.
I think they know we touched down. They're probably looking for us right now.
Yeah. Well, it's a heightened situation, that's for sure.
You said Will, you said a couple 100 miles away?
At least. Probably more.
Wilhelm, why don't you guide us over behind us?
Katrina will pull up a database to see what the range is on the railgun on the tank.
Oh, you think we should fight him? I don't know if that's a great idea, but I'm not entirely...
Well, no. I mean, Katrina isn't even saying that. She's just sort of looking on her... She's basically figuring out what the options are in case that becomes a problem.
We
Katrina, go on.
we have some armaments. I mean, well, do I know that the railgun is powerful enough to take out one of these ships?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wilhelm,
A railgun will fuck up a ship. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
They have range. They have a maximum range. This is a mini railgun, a light railgun. So scale 2, I think, but it's still a mini. Katrina,
yes.
this railgun has 100 miles. That's how far it goes. Now, a ship railgun can obviously go the ship equivalent. 100 miles is nothing in space. But, yeah.
Well, and
How long does
obviously
it take to
being
fire?
in a gravitational environment will affect all that stuff too. But
How long does it take to fire a couple of shots on the railgun?
Who you asking?
You?
Oh, me?
Yeah. Do I know? Do I
We
know
did.
how long that is?
Or you could ask
Uh,
Katrina.
Katrina, how long does it take to fire off a couple of shots with this railgun?
So, Katrina, you know, since you've already bid, you already spent the pip and all this stuff. A railgun can shoot. It's magnetized, is what it is. So you're usually shooting something that's not explosive. It's kind of like dropping a rod or a rock from space.
It's sheer kinetic energy.
It's just kinetic energy. So the idea is, how long does it take this Johnny 25 to charge up? And how many fuel cells does it take? You don't know. An average ship, imagine a sniper rifle. Like a single bolt sniper rifle. That's what it is. So it's slow, but it's not that slow.
Okay. I'm gonna bid.
Well, let her
Reglar.
tell you that because
Okay.
Dolby, you don't know.
Okay. Waiting.
it wouldn't. I mean, it's not like it's not gonna shoot like an automatic rifle, but it's not like you're not taking minutes between each shot.
That's fine.
Plus,
You know what?
given that, because Katrina, this will be, obviously, out of game. This is pure speculation on Katrina's part. Also, it wouldn't surprise me if the weapons on this machine are atypical, given that it
You should say
appears
this
to me.
in game, not out of game.
Oh, I am saying it in game. I'm just
Okay,
saying
cool.
out of game. That's just pure speculation, in terms of Katrina. But given the fact that this machine appeared to be surreptitious in nature, I would not be surprised if the weaponry on board it are atypical in terms of their capabilities.
All right. I'm gonna spend a trait, Reglar, which is a trait that I have. It's a gift. To bark out some orders. All right, Wilhelm, I'm gonna need you to position us in a defensive position. Why don't you, Private Silas? Why don't you line up that railgun with those targets, and when you have a lock, go ahead and open fire.
So, might I say, right now they don't know where we are, but if we shoot one of them down, they're all gonna know where we are.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of hoping that, the dissidents in the area can see that we're on their side.
By shooting at them.
Well, these aren't the dissidents. These are. I mean, who knows who these ships are? But I doubt that these are rebels. They don't have ships flying around.
So we're gambling.
That's kind of my thing.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
If we shoot at them, I think it would be we're gonna get rid of all element of surprise we have.
Sure.
Yep.
All right. Well, if we don't shoot at them, and we go and try to make contact with some dissidents and get people on our side, they're gonna think that we are a part of the establishment. So one of the reasons why I'm a little bit afraid of us being around here and out here. I mean, we can monitor it. I mean, they haven't detected us yet, but I don't think that there's a big enough counter.
Sir, we did just nuke their colonial ship.
That is true, but the distance didn't necessarily see. Nobody saw that. This is like a show of force, saying, "Hey, you know, it's happening." So whoever doesn't like these people is going to rally with us.
I think a nuke going off and bringing down a warship would have been seen throughout this colony.
I think that when you randomly open fire, then the people around think, oh my god, open fire. And not necessarily that they have somebody to be an ally with.
The question really, for me, is how much longer do I have to sit in this car?
Yeah, it's pretty tight up here, isn't it? I mean, it just gets something happening.
I mean, for you, being 6 foot too much.
Several. 6 foot several.
Kate in 3D says they're biting their fingernails right now. They say maybe light a flare in the distance and see if they shoot on sight.
Oh, that's
Interesting.
That's a good point.
As we'll say that in the minds of those that think strategically, it's an option. It's not something to necessarily do, but it's an option.
So,
Sure.
Something randomly I just thought about.
That's a good option.
We have capabilities to like hack their comms, right? We have smart people. It's not me, but we have those.
Oh, I thought
You
you
have
were
a hacking kit.
You're now in the shadow of the mountain, going
Oh,
80
nice.
miles an hour. Continue with this conversation.
Yeah.
You have time. You do have time.
Okay.
All right.
So can we potentially listen in on what they're talking about to discern whether or not
Sure.
the flying peoples are the bad peoples?
Fine.
We can.
Fine.
It's like
Fine.
we could also, honestly, without pissing anyone off, figure out what's going on, right? Like
I would
they-
like to bid. I would like to bid Archangel to tap into their comms so we can get the chatter of what they're talking about.
Okay,
or at
so
least
for the
see what's happening.
for the chat and new players, your NPCs, if they are notable NPCs, meaning so you have extras, which are extras, they're just there. You have notables, meaning they have a name and a reason to be there. You can bid them once. If they are narrative NPCs, it means you can bid them 3 times. The difference is this: a notable NPC is like the barkeep who's always at the bar, who, if you piss off the barkeep, you don't get to go in anymore. The narrative barkeep changes the story. So, Archangel is a PC who's not here. You get 2 bids for this person. They can try to accomplish something. Here's the thing: when you bid an NPC or a PC who's not here, the majority of the players have to agree on the bid, because you don't get them back until the next a scene, which is whenever I decide it is.
It's been a while.
And it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while before the next scene. I won't lie to you.
It's been a while.
It's gonna be a long while. So,
It's
do you bid Archangel or not? It's up to you.
I mean,
I'm
I
good with it.
personally say yes.
Okay, we have 1 yes.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be nice to know like what audio channels are open on this planet, like just to have an idea of what is going on.
But that's a different question. Are we bidding Archangel or not?
I say yes to
Okay.
answer that question.
Drizzle, it actually doesn't matter what the fuck you say, but we do want to hear it.
I said yes already.
Oh, you did? Everybody
Those were the first
agrees.
yeses.
Kate in 3D says, set their clocks back 38 minutes. Just hack them and tell them at the wrong time. That's
Yeah.
perfect. Kate in
Oh my
3D, you don't get to
God.
play because you'll win. Okay.
That's a good point. And I'm gonna ask him to set
Are-
the clock back
Kate
38.
3D, did you play second at D&D? Because I got a feeling you might know how puzzles work. All right. So, Archangel's bid. Never played in my life. She, I don't know. I'm assuming Kate. I don't know. Kate in 3D says never played in life. Role played on Neopets when you were 7 years old.
I don't know.
I don't know what a
That's-
she they. I think so.
It's
She and
early-
they. Awesome.
Early 2000s browser game.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, this is
Well, I'm
40s.
old, so I don't know shit.
Kate's smarter than all of us.
1000.
Oh my god, you don't know Neopets? No, I don't know shit. I know Command and Conquer.
Yeah, I know, Commander. Red Alert, baby.
Will is older
Wait,
than he
wait.
looks.
She says I can give you a 2-hour TED Talk.
That's actually
Alright.
what the next stream is going to be. Is just
That's gonna be the-
Kate explaining.
Hey, Kid 3, if you want to jump on the GGP, the Geeky Gamer Podcast on Thursdays, we can talk about this.
There
Hey!
you go.
The inception of immersive advertisements as we know it. Fair. Okay. Marines. Sorry, I've had a lot of bourbon tonight.
What they saying?
Archangel, you bid him. What do you want Archangel to do?
Tap into their comms, and I would like to hear, or at least get a little transcript of what they are searching for.
That is a really good bid. Okay. Fate roll is a little too random for this, but we need a difficulty. Everybody has to do it. I'm gonna put it all on you guys, including the chat. Hopefully, Kate 3D. Hopefully, you have a D12. Everybody, pull out your D12s.
Yes.
There's also a really good. What's this dice app? Or
Hang on, I'll tell you.
Dice apps or dice apps?
It is Dicex.
dice
Okay.
app?
Dicenomicon. That was mine.
So here's the thing. Don't do it yet. You're gonna roll your D12, and I'm gonna make this difficult. Not too difficult for a D12. It's a DC 8, difficulty class 8. So you need an 8 or above. Now, don't roll it yet. As players, you can do all the things you can normally do. Okay? So you get your proficiencies, you can make re-rolls, you can do breath, which means you go to limbo, all that stuff. The reason I say this, I am counting all of your 8 and up as successes. So how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the chat right now. So the highest you can get is 7.
Cool.
Fuck everything I just said.
14. The highest we can get.
Throw it away. Throw it away. Everything.
All
I
of it's
This is
gone.
what we're gonna do. We're gonna do. Everybody's gonna throw down.
Yeah.
All right. So you got a D10, and you have whatever aspect your character is going to use for this. You have to decide what that is. For Kate in 3D, since you exploded, you get a D12. So a D10 and a D12 to Kate in 3D. 3D. Okay.
Duh.
The rest of you decide what aspect you're going to use.
We need everything.
Let's define the stakes here.
How many's probably
Archangel.
raised?
Hacking success is Archangel hacking their communications. You can literally hear what they're saying. You get their codes, man. You know their fucking network password. You got the Wi-Fi. Okay?
I won't sit.
You know what is going on. And that leads to hell. It's a winning move. Pretty big shit. Okay? So, how does your character contribute to this? If you don't, if you choose to not contribute because your character can't in a narrative way, you get 2 experience points.
Woo.
That's like a major goal you just get for your own fucking selfish shelf. Shelf of self. It's a big deal. 2 XP, that's a major fucking goal. And it would count toward the party goals. So you still get to do it. You're not just being a dick.
We counting successes or just over 8s?
Oh, successes. Yeah, everything I said before, throw it out like it was shit. You're going to make a throwdown. Your D10. Action die. Whatever aspect, how does your character help? Whatever that is. Remember, 4 to 7 is 1 success. 8 up is 2 successes. There is a ridiculous threshold that I'm setting. Because there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you. Okay? You can do abilities. If you have your abilities and they give you successes, you can do your fucking ninja gear. Extra dice. Boom, boom. You can do proficiency, rerolls. Throw down because the DC, the threshold is 20.
20.
Yeah.
Whoa.
20.
It's a lot more than.
It's a lot more than just dice. Motherfuckers better throw down.
It's a lot more than dice.
So, you're all going to have to describe how it is that you're doing this. Remember, if you abstain, fine. You get 2 experience points for yourself. And the party goals go up by 1. When the party goes to get to 12, everyone advances. So even if you abstain, everyone, you're benefiting people. There's no wrong answer here. Okay? Go. That is
You want
so
me to go
complicated.
first? I will go first.
Do it.
'Cause it was my order.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to bid the 4 burning sensations, which is
Your fire team.
my fire team. Which is
You guys are called the 4 burning sensations, by the way.
even though there's like 8 of us at this point.
Yeah.
It's 4 burning sensations to activate my authoritarian presence, and I'm gonna be like, I need a little bit of help from everybody. I think we might have a way through the back door of their communications network, and if we can break it, I think it'd really go a long way to success in our mission. And I'm gonna give it everything I got. Engineering, are there any bids left for him?
Yeah, Lieutenant. Yeah, I'm here.
I need you to assist Archangel.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And then I'm gonna bid Greater Break to I guess I don't need a second trait if it doesn't. I don't have another ability that I can activate with a second trait.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Alright. I don't have a second trait, but I'm gonna put my hand on my laser sword, and I'm gonna give everybody a pretty searing look.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my brawn to throw down.
Dolby, do your thing. All right, next. Andrea, go.
So Katrina, recognizing what Archangel will likely do in that case, basically uses her drone as a single booster to give him give him easier access to the ships that are further away from him than we are.
Okay.
And she'll also, and actually, just as an extra thing, I'll also bid, where was it? Script Kitty to start running like secondary hacks on the the comm system, just to give Archangel more information to work with while he's trying to break their encryption. Like, particularly if he's just brute forcing it, Katrina can help rule out, encryptions.
Processing power. Okay, so what I need from you is the throwdown and the maximum successes you got.
Oh, right. Sorry, I did throw down, and I got a total of 4 successes.
All right. Hulker. Burgess.
Burgess uses his wits, and he looks around at the landscape and notices 2 things. Number 1, there are no boxes.
Cardboard boxes, please.
Cardboard boxes, metallic boxes, none of them.
In the recap, I did not. I just skimmed over this part. Although Cherokee knows all about it.
Very important. Epic, pivotal to the story.
Okay. Yep.
I do remember that Burgess has a case of the smooth brain.
Man.
Second thing, this is really important. Are you all listening?
Yes.
Good, good. Burgess realizes that where we are in a valley might dampen our ability to listen to the comms. And if we take a slightly different path, we'll actually be in a higher elevation. We'll get there around the same time, but we'll actually probably have a better view, and it'll just be easier to pick up on stuff.
All right. Balloons. Throw down. Your throw down. Tell me all
1 success.
1 success. Good. Continue. Max, or I should say Silas and Cherokee Sue. 1 by 1, go.
So I pull out my hacking tool, and I add it to the mix to help because it works with de-encryption. That's how it breaks tech locks.
Okay.
So anything that this can do to help, I add that. Then I already threw down and I got 4 successes.
Yep. Cherokee.
So I am going to use the real truth. And I'm going to think back to, I might use a pip here, because that's the past, right? I might be able to potentially identify some of the markings on the old shit we saw and maybe give them a clue on like what type of tech that they need to be cracking.
Ooh.
But of course, it's going to be completely an accident.
Yeah.
Okay. So I ended up with what was that? Is that 2 successes?
Yeah, it was 2.
5, a 6, and I had 2. I rolled 2 10s. I got a 6 and a 5.
Yeah.
Skip trace.
3.
Sir, these colonial ships are about 200 years old from now. Back then, they typically used out in these stretch of planets, they used 3 different wavelengths. Sigma wave 12, 18, and 29 were the most common used. It could be one of those 3.
Make your throw down.
Archangel.
It was 2 successes.
Okay. Despite whatever DJ No Fly is counting, because I feel like your math is really, really good. AKA it's not. You guys are at 16 successes.
It's,
That's what you're at.
I got 4 successes, and
I know. I've literally been adding them. You just can't add. So. So. Roll a d10 for engineering.
0 pressure.
That's a 10.
Fuck yeah!
All right. Did anyone roll a 10 or higher?
No.
If you did, well, you just rolled a 10. If you
I
did,
mean, I rolled
you get.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, engineering did.
Yeah, that's good. That means it's
Oh,
flare.
okay.
So you get a trait back, something that you've exhausted, you get back. That's called flare. When you roll a 10 up, boom.
Does that mean we get engineering back for bidding him?
If you want.
Yeah, I think we should get him back.
You guys cool with that? You could also get Archangel
Yeah.
back.
There's a
Oh, I'd rather get
there's a
Archangel
question.
back.
Archangel has 2. He still has 1 left.
Yeah, no, I think Archangel, we'd rather have him back.
You guys want Archangel? We want Engineering.
I think
Archangel.
Archangel has more skills. Yeah.
Archangel.
Yeah.
I just forgot that was an option.
Yep. Okay. So right now you are at 18. Who threw down abilities and got automatic successes?
I did.
Yep. How many?
Oh, I didn't count those, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't count
should've.
those either.
I got an additional 1, so I
Okay.
rolled
So,
3, but I got
so I
Guys are
rolled down to
19.
2 10s. So let me ask
Okay.
a quick question over the
Yep.
top tables. I think I may have accidentally shorted us some successes here. I rolled my 2 abilities, and then I used. So I rolled 2 d10s, right? The action die, and then my grace, and then I used real truth. So would that count as successes?
Here's the question. Does the ability you used have any upgrades? You can upgrade an
No.
ability twice. So you get an ability, you can upgrade it once, you can upgrade it twice. Every upgrade gives you an extra success. Ergo, if you have it maxed out, when you activate an ability, it gives you 2 free successes. Free is not the right word. It gives you 2 successes.
So I will say this is a little bit of a stretch, but given that I've already said I'm using my drone to help boost the single, I will bid Cool Cat to activate Expert Pilot, which does give me another success. Plus, I'll go ahead and throw a d6. But that was nothing, so.
So, do either one of you, Cherokee or Silas, have abilities with upgrades?
Yes.
I don't.
Okay, Silas, what abilities do you have?
Let's look. I may not have that filled out. I don't.
Okay,
We'll come up with a couple of things on the fly.
hold
that you
on,
might
hold
think are
on, hold
applicable.
on. Let's deal with this really quick. So, Silas, you need 2 abilities. What can Silas do? 1, go.
Snipe.
Okay,
He's a
Snipe is
sharpshooter.
an ability. Make it grade 2. That means when you activate that, so you bid to shoot. Hey, I shoot that
Mhm.
person in the face. Cool. I'm going to also activate an ability. I bid something else to activate Snipe. That means you get a +2 successes automatically.
Okay.
That's first. What's the second
Yeah, we'll
ability?
do
Go.
something Eccentric.
Hacking.
Okay. Hacking. Upgrade 2. So same thing. What do? I'm gonna use my name. I bid Silas to hack. Cool. I'm also gonna throw down. I get 3 successes. Awesome. I'm also gonna bid. I'm really fucking tall to activate my ability, hacking. Boom. Now I have 5 successes. You rolled 3. You gain 2 more because of your ability. So abilities give you
Okay.
free successes when you activate them.
Okay.
Okay.
It'll
if
take
I had
time.
if I had used one of my upgraded abilities, I potentially could have gotten us an extra success out of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So do you do that?
Yeah. So in that case, I'm gonna use field improv, and I'm gonna figure out do a dumb caveman thing that works, and just put the hacking tool on the drone, and it just does the thing. And it's like
how many
signal
upgrades you
booster.
got?
I believe it's just 1.
Okay, boom.
So it says field up improv and then +1.
I love it. Silas, do you activate an ability?
Can
So you bid a trait to do it.
I bid my kit to do it?
Yes.
Can I bid my hacking kit?
Yes.
Okay, I'll bid my hacking kit to activate hacking.
All right, and that gives
Like
you
in
how many
helping
successes?
purposes. 2.
Boom, boom. Awesome. Dolby, what were you saying?
Monkeys.
Oh. You guys are at 23 successes right now. Which means you all get a narrative point, including the chat.
Hey.
Oh, I have narrative points. I don't get very many narrative points in this game.
Archangel, you hear him. Holy shit. Shit. Oh my god. Wow, you all just really... Thanks. As in your HUDs, you see this like sound wave, and you start hearing all of their communications at once, like a concert. Sorry.
I'm just gonna take my
sorry.
earpiece out.
Just the ones pertinent to our current situation.
Yeah. It's gonna take a minute. Wait. Oh, that was really way easier than I thought it'd be. Yeah. And you hear this. Man, when I thought about this, it was gonna be so cool, and now it sounds so racist.
You probably should skip
Accents and voices. Accents and
Rework.
voices.
that. Do it again.
You hear. We don't know where they are. Our capital ship is coming down. What do you mean you don't know where they are? We've been searching the whole time. For hours now. They must have gone dark. They must have gone down to the surface. Maybe they crashed? Make sure of it.
I vote we fire.
You
I mean,
hear
they
them
don't know
say,
what we
hold
are.
on, motherfucker, I am
Right, we're
role
still
playing with
going.
myself here, okay? Just a
Yeah,
second.
I love it when you talk.
Just a moment. Just a second.
Give it to me.
Give it to me.
Get it?
Do you think Gostrom's involved? No. Surely not. He's dead. We drove him from this place. Into the desert. Make sure of it. Make sure Gostrom isn't involved.
We got a little insight. Okay. I mean, I vote we kill him, but I guess we don't have to because we got a name.
Can I spend a narrative point
Why not?
and say that I want the one I just got, and say that while you hear that crystal clear, you hear a more tinny voices coming through, and that tinny voices coming through is actually the dissidents radio chatter as well.
Ooh. What they're piggybacking on.
Ooh.
I dig it.
Yes, you can. And I hate you. This will require more High West bourbon. Hold.
Well, that's why I keep you around, Skip. You know, somebody's got to keep me from shooting just everything I see. It's just get a little trigger happy when you're out in the dark. Out in the dark
With-
is.
Don't worry, I'm ready to shoot something as well. It's just I want the element of surprise when I do so.
Hi,
I
Soupy.
feel you. I feel you.
Soupy, I've been drinking this High West. All right. You hear the tinny fucking response to change the goddamn narrative. It's actually the best part of DreadLore. From the first response, before you hear the dissidents, the rebels, you hear these fighter pilot voices. Everybody do fighter pilot voices really quick. 3, 2, 1, go.
If you look over your left shoulder, you'll see more sand.
Yeah, Roger. Please lock on target.
Yeah, you hear a bunch of that shit, and you pick out all the stuff that you picked out. Roger. You hear that these two scoots, these two fighter pilots, they're just in circular patterns. All of you know these patterns. You know what their patterns are. You know how they fly, etc., etc. Because Dolby, you chose to bid Dole, who is a PNB, Prime Naval Brigade. Josh will talk to him, who is a pilot in the PNB, and these guys are pilots from 200 years ago, because they've been here a long time. You know their flight patterns. You know what they're going to do. You know this, Dolby. They will find you. It's going to happen. But it'll take them time. They don't know where you are.
Sure.
You find out that their capital ship,
Yep.
Their capital ship has crashed. Crash landed. The one that you fucking shot a tactical nuke at. There are survivors.
Good.
And you hear what Skip Trace in his narrative point say. Ostrom. Hear a voice. A young voice. Ostrom, are you there? I am fucking role-playing with myself. I hate everyone. Someone ad-lib with me. Ostrom, are you there?
I'm here. What do you want?
Shh. There's other people in the background. Other dissidents.
What's happening out there?
No. There's other people. Who are they?
Yeah.
3, 2.
Have we been
1.
betrayed?
No, not yet. Not yet. Our operatives in the colony. I don't think this is them. It's something else.
Something else.
Oh, doesn't matter. Hey,
It's the
we
infrastructure.
should take out
problem.
Larry. I think he's his traitor.
They can't.
Who?
They can't figure out their infrastructure. That's their problem.
We strike at dawn, like we originally planned.
As it turns out, Gostrom is a name kind of like Negan. There's many Gostroms. Many leaders.
It is iRobot.
Anyone else? Gostrom. Not that guy. The other guy. We need
We'll
your
show
help.
them.
We need
Just
your
wait
help.
until we succeed.
It looks like some sort of prime naval tank coming up. What should we do?
Does it look like one of the?
Not you. Not you.
Arabs?
Let's see if they'll do that really stupid salute before we take
Not
them out.
you. Someone
I
who's not
say we-
afflicted by the sickness.
I say we go say hello.
Oh boy,
Give him a little boop on the snoot.
sounds bad.
Hey, they could have been the ones who took down the capital ship.
Should we reveal ourselves?
Send the new guy.
As you guys are in the
Hey,
tank,
I'm the new guy.
Oh boy.
Drizzle gets a narrative point. As you guys are in the tank and you roll up in the shadow of this mountain, you see who comes out of the cave. We'll give traits. Andrea, trait. What does this person look like?
They have cropped brown hair, like not quite military shaved, but just a little bit longer than that.
Ken,
They are rough looking. Like they haven't had a bath in a long time because there's like not a lot of potable water. So they're in one of those pea suits, and it's kind of
A pea suit. Chat, I'm gonna ask you in a second, so you guys better have a response. Drizzle.
They have on this looks like a painter's mask, but it's like it's got metal parts around the outside with like the filter. It's just to help them breathe in this semi-toxic out here area.
Hulker.
What?
Jazzy.
As is the tradition on this planet, just this person's nipples are out of their armor.
Max.
They're spindly. They're very tall and their limbs are long, but they're very skinny. Like you kind of worry about if they walk, they might break their own bones.
Kate in 3D. And Super? Or anybody? Hulker.
They've got one giant eyebrow. All of them. It's a third of their forehead.
The most
That's just
beautiful
one of them.
hands you've ever seen. The most beautiful hands you've ever seen.
Oh my god.
Like, is it angry anime eyebrow?
Are
Hulk?
we just describing Ehlers Danlos?
As you see, this man or woman. 3, 2, 1, go.
Neither.
You see this,
We can't tell.
nondescript, this androgynous person come out in this pressure suit with
brown.
beautiful hands, like big hands, and chestnut brown hair flowing in the alien wind, and this mask that has metal clasps, like something out of like a fucking Resident Evil game. As it descends awkwardly down the hill out of this cave, you notice it has this corset and its nipples at attention. Person's rather rough looking and spindly. Lanky, in fact. Kind of moving back and forth. As they get closer, one large eyebrow rises up. Their cropped brown hair.
Okay, wait, is it an eyebrow on just one eye or is it like a unibrow?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
It covers 1/3 of the area of the forehead.
So like this.
Maybe it looks like they were hit by a blast or something. I don't like that.
It's massive.
Greetings.
Hey,
Welcome. As you see this, as this person sees this tank.
we're here to meet Gostrom.
As you see a head tilt of understanding. Yes, in fact.
That's
I can
awesome.
bring you to Gostrom. Please descend from your armored vehicle. The air is brisk in the shadow of the mountain. What do you guys do?
Who wants help down?
No.
No? Anyone?
I've been working out a little.
I'm just gonna grab Dalby anyway and like put him on the ground.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, less calories.
Would there be a place where we could hide this so the ships don't see it?
As the diesel pumps out. I suppose you could park it around there. As you see, there's like this little inlet, but you know, Skip Trace, that if someone were to see it, they would know what it is.
Well,
Can
from
we
the sky.
bury it?
would it be visible? Would it be visible from the sky? If it's an inlet.
As you see this person kind of look up at the sky with the eyebrow. What do you guys bid?
I'm still voting to bury the thing.
Bury the thing. We want to keep...
I'm gonna bid war torn. And basically I've been in this situation before. I've been where I've tried to hide stuff so airships won't see it.
Bidding more torn, this is what you get. If someone sees, there are sensors for the kind of alloys that the PNB use. Absolutely, they could find this tank, assuming it's made of the alloys that the PNB uses. Likely, Skip Trace, you realize, and Katrina, you realize that they likely have a high altitude drone just constantly surveying. Thing is, they're surveying an entire planet. They don't know where you are. So you have time. I mean, there's emissions. It's not just camouflage. Like, what sort of emissions is this tank giving off? And I mean, like, in terms of radiation, signals, there's a load of stuff. If they're looking directly at you, there's an anomaly where you are. Unless you can figure out something.
I think they're gonna see us anyway. I probably need to do this as quick as possible.
And then you think of something, Skip. You are in a battle-torn area. There are these sorts of alloys everywhere. They're rotting. They're oxidized. You're in a minefield, if you will.
We may be able to pocket by some of the wreckage, and they may think it's a part of the wreckage.
Yeah. What about if we transform it a little bit? Like, kind of make it half a tank and half a guy.
Vesper says, yes, as you feel tank start to move. As it changes into this tread bottom, humanoid top, humanoid robot, 20 feet tall, and moves towards you. Its eyes glow blue and turns as you see this person with the unibrow like cower in surprise and fear. It's got the Cylon thing. Whip, 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 whip. You guys are hanging on.
As it started to transform, I would have hopped down to the ground.
You do.
Yeah. I was pulled off by
The Cherokee.
As you see this towering thing that seems to have sentience looking down at you all. Actions on you guys.
Keep an eye out, guys. Archangel, Alice, engineering, Josh. We might go radio silent for a little bit. Keep an eye out.
Aye, aye.
Scan alert.
Aye, 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 aye.
What's your name? You.
My name is Aladdin.
Oh boy.
Aladdin?
Island?
It's nice to meet you, Aladdin. Take us to your leader.
And that is where we're going to end tonight. Wow!
Damn.
So I can't hear anyone anymore.
Good.
No, I'm in the game.
Oh. I was like, fuck.
No, in the game, Dolby suggested that we all go radio silent, so Burgess turns off his radio.
That's fair.
Tracks.
And I just talk so loud that he doesn't need the radio anyway, so it's like...
All right.
So,
we have to
can we do this next Monday? Can we play again into a space?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do it next Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody good. So next Monday we're gonna do Into Space because I want to continue with this crew and where we are. Because we're pretty close to the end of this particular episode of Into Space. We could actually finish it in 2 sessions.
Nice.
Maybe 3, but we could do it in 2.
Well, if has anybody made any major goals, minor goals?
I keep on forgetting to write those down.
Remember, write down your major and minor goals. So here's the way you do it. Minor goal, 1 or 2 sessions, how long it takes. Major goals is 3 to 5. When you complete a goal, you get your resources back, your cunning and your breath, which we did not spend tonight. But it's the only way to do it. Also, when someone gets any kind of goal, it goes into the party goal. When you get to 12, everyone advances. Meaning you can get a trait, you can get an ability or an upgrade, you can add a trait to a ninja gear, etc. So you can gain a proficiency, whatever.
Get more shit.
So how we will do tonight is this. Everyone advances. You have 1 advancement. So you can gain a trait, you can gain a proficiency, use, add a trait to a ninja gear, add an ability or an upgrade to an ability. So let's say I had an ability, what's an ability? The shit hammer is an ability. The shit hammer does a certain thing. It's in the book. If you want the book, if you don't have the book, I think you guys all have the book. Boom. But in the event that you don't have the book, it is online for free, digital, DreadLore.com. Okay, if you got the book, as you all do, Shithammer has a description. An upgrade to it either gives you a +1 success, or it does something as is stated in the Shithammer. 2 upgrades gives you a +2, or as is stated in the Shithammer. Ninja gear. Why would you gain traits? Well, this is why. Let's say you had a piece of ninja gear like a sniper rifle. On your turn, you're like, yo, I want to shoot this person. Cool. What do you bid to do it? I bid, my name is Silas. Cool. What do? I pull up my sniper rifle. I shoot them. Awesome. Throw it down. D10, action die. Let's say it's your grace. What is your grace?
4.
Right. So 4 is a D8. So D10, D8, you look at your successes. You're like, cool. I want more. So let's say you rolled a 1 on your D8. You spend a proficiency to re-roll the D8. Cool. Let's say you get like an 8. Boom. Really well. You need more. I'm going to activate my ability sniper. What do you bid to do it? I bid, what's a trait you would bid?
Seasoned soldier.
Yeah, you bid seasoned soldier to activate sniper. How many upgrades do you have?
1.
So you get a +1 to your successes. Awesome. You want more? I'm going to bid my ninja gear. Now, you're tier 2, which means you can do 2 abilities or 2 abilities and 2 ninja gear on a turn. So, let's say you bid your sniper rifle. Cool. How many traits does your sniper rifle have?
I don't have any listed.
Right. So that means it is a D4. That's what you get That's the extra die you roll in addition to your action, your aspect. It's a D4. And you can bid your sniper rifle once because it's sniper rifle, you bid it, it's exhausted. Okay, until the next scene or until you get flare and you can recover it. Let's say with this advancement, you added a trait. Let's say it's called killer or whatever. Whatever it is you want. Good to use. Now you could bid it twice. You could bid, okay, I bid sniper rifle, next turn you bid it again, or I bid sniper rifle and I bid killer sniper. Oh, boom. D4. No, it's not a D4. Any piece of Ninja Gear is a D4. The trait upgrades, it boosts the die. So, if it's got a trait, now it's a D6. Which means, I bid sniper rifle, boom, you get a D6. I bid the other trait, because I can bid 2 Ninja Gear, 2D6. Sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Super sniper rifle. Cool. Well, let's say I advance it again to, I got sniper rifle, which is a sniper rifle. I got killer, which is the trait I added. I also add long range. Well, now it's a D8. D4 upgraded once to D6 because of one trait. You added another trait, D8. Oh, you added another one, D10. So every time you do it, not only do you gain another use of it, you upgrade the die type.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So this is the most powerful thing in the game. The thing is, the cap to this mechanically is you guys are tier 2, which means you can only bid Ninja Gear twice on a turn. You can have 2 abilities on a turn as well. As many proficiencies as you want. The idea being, you make your bid. I kill the motherfucker with, what is my bid? Silas, that's my name. Cool. You do it. Throw down, what is it? Action die, aspect die. You do it. Proficiencies as you want to re-roll, as much as you want. You can add up to 2 abilities and 2 Ninja Gear. If your Ninja Gear are advanced, you're rolling down fucking D12s.
Yeah.
Abilities are advanced all the way, you're getting a maximum of 4 successes. So if you're blowing your load, roll your dice, use your proficiency, get 4 successes, boom, on your dice. Bam. Abilities, 4 successes, 8. Bam. Ninja Gear, 4 more. So that's how the mechanics work. Okay, you guys just got an advancement. That is a huge deal. Pick a minor goal, pick a major goal.
I still have the ones that we determined from the last time that I came back, like when I showed up from the shipping container.
What are they?
Uncover and clear name. Don't get discovered and sort out the family secret.
Those are like really long term. I unfortunately, I think I picked my major and minor goal too well because I might have got a major goal this episode. So,
all right, everybody talk about your major and minor goals. Decide what they are.
We should.
What are your all's major goals? Discuss.
We should, take a short break. I think we should take a short break and go into after hours and discuss in after hours.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, cool.
Are you guys cool with that?
We
like
have
10 minutes?
We have to leave because I have work and Jazzy has school tomorrow.
Indeed.
Same here.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So
so
think
Monday,
about-
7, same time.
Yes. Think about your major and minor goal. Remember, your major goal, 2 to 3 sessions. Minor goal, 1 to 2 sessions.
So mine was, I'm just going to throw out here because it's
3 to 5 sessions is major goal. My bad.
So my minor goal was to infiltrate the city. My major goal is to find the terrorist headquarters. Is what
Okay.
I was. So that 1 to 2 to get into the city and 3 to 4 to maybe find the headquarters is what I did.
But
So you're still working.
My guess is that you found the headquarters for the dissidents. Or,
Nope.
You know. You
Oh,
found-
yeah, actually, dissidents, yes.
So you got a major goal. My major goal was to contact dissidents as well, and I feel like I contacted the dissidents.
All right, this is all after hours.
Yeah,
Max,
after hours.
Jazzy, thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see you guys
No problem.
next
Here next
Monday.
week.
We'll be here next week.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bye.
King 3D,
Heck yeah.
as well
We're gonna-
as moving back. Who was it? Cherokee
Kate?
Sue.
Oh, Rainbow Jazz
Mike.
Hands but on Twitch. I forget.
Indeed.
Mike's
Mike.
Jazz Hands,
Mike.
thank you
Mike
much.
Bell.
Soupy Jones, thank you so much. Thank you guys a ton. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
We'll
Stick
see you next
around
Monday.
for after
Boom.
hours.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on
Bye.
just a few minutes, and if you
Night.
can't make it, you can't make it. But if we're not going off the air just yet,
Night, y'all.
we've been playing Into Space, which is a DreadLore operation. We do it every week at exactly 7 p.m. Eastern Time Zone with the cast of Bunkum, Ken Howl, Daniel Hulker, Drizzle, Andrea Elliott-Johnson,
Or just
JazziCabbage, and Max, as well as thanks for our score, all lowercase letters and Mr. Interrupt. We couldn't do this without our support from our Patreons, Tim Roberts, Daniel Hulker, Nostalgic, and Natalia Cline. I'll go into some speech and voice and diction lessons based off of what happens in the Patreon. And maybe a little bit of, I don't know. Anyway, art and media by Couchfire Media, as well as story, book stuff. I don't know, this, that, and the other is brought to you by Trois Replay Productions. Subscribe today, soldier. Subscribe and become a citizen.